circle may seem very difficult to memorize, but it's actually quite simple. Let's break it down for you.
Now remember that the unit circle is just a circle with the radius of 1.
In order to remember the points, all you have to know is it's easy as 1, 2, 3. And then going the other way for the other points, it's 3, 2, 1. All of your numbers are over 2. And all of the top numbers are going to be the square root. Square root of 1 is 1, so it remains the same. Remains the same. There you go. Once you know these 3 points, it's easy to apply them to the whole circle as long as you know which points are negative and which points are positive. So, for example, down here the y's are negative. So, it's positive x, negative y, all the way down.
The best way to remember the radians on the unit circle is just remembering 6, 4, and 3. 6's are always closest to the x-axis on the unit circle, and 3's are always closest to the y-axis. And always remember to put a pi on top of the fraction. Now that you know the first 3 radians, I'll also teach you the rest of the circle. Now this one is pi over 2 because it is halfway over. In this quadrant, all you need to remember is minus 1. Okay? So you have the 3 closest to the y-axis, and for minus 1 you just do minus 1 from 3, and it's 2, so 2 pi. Then you have the 4 in the middle, as always, and you just do minus 1, and it's 3. And so you have 6, and then you'll have the 5 on the top. So moving down to the third quadrant, you still have pi on the top, and now you know that the 6 is closest to the x-axis, so you're going to put the 6 on the bottom. And then for the third quadrant, instead of minus 1, like in the second quadrant, you have plus 1. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Then moving down to this one, you know that 4 is always in the middle. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. And then you know that 3 is closest to the x-axis. And 3 plus 1 is 4. Finally, you have the fourth quadrant. You know that the 3 is closest to the y-axis. And the fourth quadrant is kind of different than the plus 1 and minus 1. It's actually 2x minus 1 to memorize the top number beside pi. So, you plug in the 3. 3 times 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5. So now you know the 4 is in the middle and the 6. So for the 4, it's 4 times 2 is 8, minus 1 is 7. And the 6 times 2 is 12, minus 1 is 11. And now you have the fourth quadrant. And that is the first way to memorize the radians on the unit circle.
The second way to remember how to do the radians is thinking in terms of degrees. If it's easier for you to do it this way, it's just the degree over 180 times pi. So, for example, if we do 90 degrees, it's 90 over 180 times pi, which is equal to just pi over 2.
And the key to finding the cosine and sine is the x-coordinate is cosine and the y-coordinate is sine. To find tangent, you put sine over cosine.
So now that you memorized the unit circle,
You can make 100 on your test.
So get to work!
that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3, 2,
Great. Never mind.
Memorize those.